Now, joining us to discuss the attack on Kuje prison and the security situation is Mr. Mike Ejiofor, a former director of the State Security Service. So glad you could join us. Now, it's one thing after the other. The attack on the presidential convoy on the way to Daura in Katsina and the attack at the Kuje Correctional Facility. What's your estimation of what's going on in this attack concerning the prison and generally?
Well, it's quite disturbing, very, very disturbing indeed, that we should be having this series of attacks simultaneously. And what it tells is that these people are determined to destabilize this country for whatever purpose. And they are not people you can say, you can talk to know exactly what they want. So I think their intent is just to destabilize the country and make government unpopular. But I think in that their mission, they will not succeed. This Kuje Correctional Center attack is becoming one too many. And you see, the location of that place makes it almost impossible for effective policing. But again, you can't go and relocate it now because there's no fund anywhere to start building a new location. You know, we're having this same problem in Lokoja before it was relocated. And since that relocation of Lokoja, we've not had this series of attacks. More importantly, is that these people move in groups and bikes. You see maybe 100, 200 of them. And I must, even though this happened, also commend our security forces because there was intelligence that this attack was going to take place. And they took their position. I understand the first area they wanted to attack, they were repelled before they now went to another area and they used the explosives. So if they didn't use the explosives, maybe it wouldn't have been possible for them to get access into the facility. So it's worrisome indeed.
Them if in this case 600 inmates did escape, and as far as the Interior Minister, the permanent secretary of the Minister of Interior is concerned, they are recapturing them, but of the 300 that are still left out uncaptured, how do we handle that sort of situation when we know that they constitute a threat to people in the vicinity?
Well, their presence in the society now constitutes a major threat to the society. And that is why exactly the people, like the citizens, must be mobilized to ensure that these people are brought back to the facility. Give information to the police, give information to all the people around, so that at least they are arrested and brought back to, because if they continue to remain in the society, they remain a major threat and danger to the society, especially within the Abuja environment.
What are the implications of this type of attack?
Well, the implications are obvious. It brings a lot of insecurity. People are apprehensive that they are not safe, having known that these people have, they are within the society. And having such people in the society does not mean well for us. So we should do everything for, like the PAMSEC said, the helicopters are hovering, the police are looking for all the security agencies, their hands must be on deck now. But most importantly, we need cooperation from members of the public to ensure that any team faced, at least those of them escaping from the facilities, the correctional facility, they are not armed. And they are supposed to be in uniform. So if you see, you raise alarm, even though their colleagues who are armed, I don't see them getting all of them together and possibly regrouping to attack. But I believe that they must still be within the environment. That's why the citizens must be very, very conscious of the environment.
It brings to my memory the prison attack in the Southwest recently, and where some of the inmates escaped. How do you think we're at a point where we need to instill or restore confidence of the people in the security agencies to handle the situation? How do you think the security agencies should approach this, given the consistency of these sorts of breaches insecurity?
That's the point I made earlier. We cannot leave these issues to the hands of the security alone, even though the primary purpose of government is welfare and security of the people. What I said is people must be conscious, know the environment, know the people around you, especially that this issue of the Kuje facility jailbreak. You can see people, you ask who are you, and these people are not dressed, they are not properly dressed, so you can easily identify them, both in the Oyo and at this point, I believe that we should also reinforce security in other facilities because they are bent, and I'm sure they are going to attack other facilities. So we must strengthen our security in and around all those other correctional facilities.
Do you think from the approach of the federal government there should be a new approach concerning security or a strengthening of what is already on ground?
We have to strengthen what is on ground. There's no new approach we're bringing now because, first of all, there's no fund. There's global downturn. Everything is there's no money anywhere. You can't even adequately fund the security agency. Talking of looking for changing of tactics. Changing of tactics involves more financial responsibilities, and the money is not there. So we need to consolidate and see what we can do to improve on the security on ground.
And finally, as we look at this Kuje Correctional Facility jailbreak in particular, and as a security expert yourself, sir, what would you say to the people living in that environment in the FCT? You've mentioned about identifying people, strange faces and what have you. But what would you say to those people to keep them safe? Because the Permanent Secretary says these are probably Boko Haram co-conspirators who probably have a history of violence, and they could harm people that come their way.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the exact point I made. Don't forget that these inmates that just left the prison, the correctional facility, are not the only threat we have. Even as we speak, people have started. Some of these elements have started breaking into houses. So we need to be very, very cautious, be at alert now. And at times when I say it, people will tell you that, but you need the confidence of the security agencies. How do you build the confidence? The security agencies must also try to mobilize and educate the people on their civic responsibility and what they are expected to do under certain circumstances. So I believe that police should now reach out to the people through seminars and lectures, maybe at the local government level, at the ward level, at the town level. We must mobilize the people because this is our country. We have no other place to go to.
Thank you so much for your comments on the security situation, Mr. Mike Ejiofor, former director, Mike Ejiofor, beg your pardon, former director of the State Security Service. Thank you for joining us on News Track.
Thank you for having me.